Northern New South Wales is preparing for its first tropical cyclone in more than 3 decades.
Cyclone warnings have been issued from Bundaberg south to Grafton.
Right now, millions across southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales are bracing for impact, sheltering in their homes.
The wind and the squalls moving through.
200 millimetres falling in Lismore in just the last day.
More than 235,000 customers in southeast Queensland are without power.
The street here is completely pitch black because we have lost power. We lost power at about 10 o'clock last night.
Hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses plunged into darkness.
We have most certainly had our fair share of natural disasters here on the east coast of Australia recently, but potentially one of the most inconvenient side effects can be losing your power. Your electricity goes out for days on end after these events, and even though the sun may be shining again, the floodwaters are receding, you usually have to wait for that electricity to be checked out and turned back on. Meanwhile, all the food in your fridge and freezer is going rotten. You can't charge up your phones or your radios to listen to the news, all that sort of stuff that we depend on from day to day. Most certainly one of the easiest ways to have some kind of backup power is one of these portable power stations. Now, I have reviewed a few different brands of these over the years, and they do all essentially do the same thing, but there's a few factors that you want to sort of take into consideration when shopping around for one of these. Number one is the price, of course. This one here is the Anker SOLIX C1000, and right now they are $500 off, and the price of these isn't actually too bad, guys. For the quality and the features, which I'll get into in this video, they are a really good price. The second thing you should probably take into consideration when dealing with these sorts of things is safety. As we know, the lithium iron phosphate batteries are the safest you can get, and that's what you'll find in one of these units. And it does, of course, have all the overcurrent, overcharging, over temperature, all that protection inbuilt. It is very compact and quite lightweight at about 13 kilos, I think it is. And the next thing, of course, that you want to think about is the capacity of it. So we're looking at 1056 watt hours, which is pretty standard for a unit of this size, and it equates to around about 80 amp hours at 13 volts. And a huge consideration with these guys is the charging capacity. It is handy if you can hook up quite a lot of solar to one of these, and this guy can handle up to 600 watts of solar. And if you want to plug it into a wall to charge it, it'll charge at maximum speed of 1300 watts. So really quick charging. It's less than an hour to fully charge this thing on AC power. And if you've got the full 600 watts of solar charging it, that'll take less than 2 hours. There's a fairly standard 1800 watt inverter, so it can run quite a lot of standard AC appliances. And it can also surge up to 2400 watts. You've got a 100 watt USB-C output here and a 30 watt also, and you have two 12 watt USB-A outputs, and a good old 10 amp cigarette lighter plug. Now, the last but definitely not the least consideration when choosing one of these is the overall layout and design of the unit. Now, the Anker SOLIX C1000 sports my favorite layout. Like, this one you can't be beat. In my opinion, this is the best layout. What's good about it? Well, everything is on the front of the unit. You can turn everything on and off from the front of the unit. You've even got a light on the front with different brightness levels. You've got stuff on the sides as well. This is for an expansion battery. If you want to double the capacity of this unit, you can get a separate battery that connects in here. And on the other side, we have the power inputs. So we have our AC input here. It's just a standard cord. There's no brick, so super easy. And we've got an XT60 connector here for solar and DC input. The beauty of that is there's nothing on the back. So you can put this thing up against the wall or whatever and still get to everything without having to reach behind or having cords sticking out the back in the way. You can store stuff on top of it. It's nice and flat on top, but everything is easily accessible, and I love it. That's the best layout. You've got app control here. You can connect it to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Use your phone to see how much power is left and all that stuff. So I've talked long enough now. What we're going to do is show you how easy it is to connect your fridge up to this. Obviously, you just plug it in. We'll also hook up a solar panel to it, so we've got pretty much indefinite energy as long as the sun is shining a bit. And yeah, let's go. So of course, being only 13 kilos, it is very easy to move around if you need to do that, or if you want to take it camping with you to make your lattes and all that sort of stuff as well. But for now, let's get it over to the fridge. Okay, so the unit's already turned on. As you can see, I've unplugged the fridge from the wall, so it's going to pop it in here, turn on the AC ports. The fridge is on, and it's obviously already at a cool enough temperature, so it's not cycling just yet, but we'll check it shortly. So we'll go and hook up a solar panel and get this thing charged up while we're waiting. got my 200 watt solar panel hooked up there. It's putting out 147 watts at the moment. The fridge has just kicked on. It's only using 40 watts there, as you can see on the left. So it's definitely going to charge quicker than it draws the power. It's definitely nice being able to keep your fridge running during an extended power outage. That alone, I think, makes these things worth their weight in gold. And of course, when the weekend comes around and you're heading out camping and you want to take your coffee machine or your hair dryer or whatever with you and be able to use that, then this is the easiest way to do that sort of thing. Obviously you can also plug in your internet router into one of these units. No worries at all, they don't draw a lot of power. If you've got no mobile signal during some kind of blackout or whatever, if the cell towers are down, then you can get your internet working that way. Now we'll of course do the next most important thing, and that is test out the coffee machine, see if that can run. Turn on the coffee machine at the same time, see if it can handle heating up the water while it's frothing at the same time. Yeah, we're drawing 1600 watts. The fan has kicked on in this thing. You can hear that it is somewhat noisy at that level of draw. There we go, espresso is a win. Alrighty. Sandwich press is drawing 1219 watts. So yeah, absolutely no worries, not too much stress running that one. Alright, let's try the air fryer. That's a fairly decent size one there. So we'll try the small side first. 782 watts, no problem. Let's try the big side. It's drawing 1242 watts. We should be able to do both together maybe. Might trip it out. 2025 watts. It's putting a good load on it, that one. But it's handling it. Running a double air fryer. Pretty good. Alright, now we're going to get this thing fully charged up, and yeah, we'll see what amount of power is left in it after running the fridge all night long. So yeah, we'll hook it up to AC power. So you do of course get the AC charging cable with it. And currently charging at about 925 watts. Okay, so just on that real quick, the unit did come nicely packaged with these tough cardboard angles on the corners of the box. You don't get a whole lot with it apart from some instructions, warranty card, all that stuff. And of course, along with the AC charging cable, you do get a solar charging cable with a double XT60 connector on one end, and you also get the DC charger with the cigarette lighter plug on one end. Let's quickly show you guys in the app here. So we have our SOLIX C1000, and if we tap this little icon or this little switch here, that will set it to ultra fast charging. So you can see there we've got 1300 watts going in now. So that's a huge amount of power going into that thing. It's recommended to not use that ultra fast charging unless you're really in a hurry and you need to use it, because it does shorten the life of the batteries. So we'll go ahead and switch that back off. All right, it's almost 5 o'clock. Going to disconnect the power from this thing, and it's still running the fridge. So we're on 100% as you can see, and we'll check it at about 8 o'clock in the morning and yeah, see how much it's used. Good morning, it is around about 7:30 in the AM. We'll just see how we're going here. There we go, 52% after running that fridge all night. Now obviously, this is a fridge of standard size. I think it's about 400 litres or something like that. Many factors are going to decide how long it can run for. Ambient temperature, how many times it gets opened and closed, how much stuff is in it, all that. But yeah, I mean, a standard size fridge can easily run all night. Well, there you have it guys. That is the Anker SOLIX C1000. Very nice little unit, checks all the boxes. As I mentioned earlier, these all do pretty much the same thing, but not exactly the same way. And this one is one of the good ones. And at the price that they are now with that $500 off sale, guys, yeah, you just can't beat it. If I had to nitpick and find anything wrong with this unit, the two things that I would say is the app isn't great. It's fine, it does a job, it's just not as good as some others I've seen. The other thing I would say is the fan noise. So when this thing is pumping out a fair bit of power, it is slightly louder than other units I've tested in the past, but I mean, usually the appliances you're using are making a fair bit of noise anyway, so not a huge deal. If you're running something like a computer or charging your devices, it's not going to have the fan on to do that, so not a big problem. Anyway, check out the links below, guys. If you're interested in this, grab it while you can, while the sale is on. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Cheers.